One of the big stories from the weekend, and it was something that I'm going to cover in a standalone video today, almost certainly, is basically the revelation that ActBlue allegedly has been funding this war on Tesla. And the bigger picture is, and I mean like actual war, because they're like starting fires and like blowing up the superchargers and um it's having a very real effect on the Tesla stock too. Like what Elon is doing with Doge is tanking the Tesla stock. As a Tesla stock owner, it has not been great. Um and apparently all these people were getting paid. Did you see the story over the
I
weekend?
have seen the story. Yeah.
And like there were people who are openly admitting it, saying like, yeah, the people are like, what are you doing, you loser? They're like, I'm getting paid to be here. And now you can really tie the downtick in the stock to a lot of this kind of brand warfare against Tesla. What do you make of, the story? You think, I get the feeling that Elon's going to press this. He's going to he's plugged into the DOJ, for cripe's sake. Like he's gonna like they've cost shareholders billions of dollars. I've lost thousands of dollars since they started this crap. But I am Diamond's hands. Yes, I have not sold a single stock. I haven't sold my Rumble stock either. And that was sad, going from 6,000 shares at $15 a share down to $8 a share. But I'm holding. I'm not selling.
Anything could happen. You don't know.
You don't lose until you sell. What do you make? What do you make of this? Like, as you think, I mean, this feels like a massive scandal. Like, if they really can tie it to ActBlue.
Well, it doesn't feel like that big of a scandal. Oh my gosh, the captain's here.
Yeah.
I was unable to access Twitter for an extended period of time, so I had no link to actually go by.
Yeah, Rumble was down too. So what we're talking about now is we're in the middle of the segment about the ActBlue stuff. So Hannah Claire shared her thoughts, and then I want to get your thoughts on it. Go on.
So okay, with ActBlue, from what I understand, anyone could go on and make some sort of campaign that people donate to, that they would then be like, and now we're giving it to these disruptive protesters.
Yeah.
I don't know if ActBlue has commented on this yet. I haven't seen that, partially because I feel like Twitter's been messed up. But
yeah, I saw denial, of course.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So great. Also their denial is probably something like, well, we don't know, people have free speech, like all these values they pretend to have when convenient. To me, the idea that like the left would be paying people to destroy property, we already know that. Like that's an established pattern. I don't know what the point of this is, other than to try and get people mad at Elon Musk. Like you're saying, like the shareholders are like, this is out of control. It's because you're involved with Doge. I don't even know if they're that mad about it, but I think more than anything, it just reflects generally a turn towards chaos and violence that Americans are actually very concerned about. In a weird way, you have to excuse the tangent here, but there's this story that's been kind of circulating about two track runners. They're relay runners, so they're holding batons.
Oh yeah, I covered
at
this.
A race. Okay, so they were at the race at Liberty, and one of the girls is passing on the curve, and they're close, they're jostling, whatever, and one of them clearly like hits her.
Very obvious.
She put out a thing. She was like, "Oh no, it was an accident. I didn't mean to." This girl winds up and hits her.
It's undeniable.
And her response is, "No, I didn't." And
did you see where she was crying? She was crying, saying, "People worried about physical. I'm getting emotional damage. People are calling me mean things on the internet. People are calling me ghetto." I'm like, "Bitch, look at your style and your hair, and look how you're acting. You are ghetto.
You're literally running a race, and you hit her. Like
you split her head open."
More than the other girls like concussed. Yeah. So more than anything, I think that the normalization, the increased interest in violence, especially from left-wing people and progressive causes or whatever. That's the thing that Americans are going to take away from this. They aren't going to take away Elon Musk is bad and he's, ruining the stock.
Nobody
They're going to say like
with what he's
people
doing.
are acting crazy.
Yeah. What do you think, Styx? I got to go close my window because I don't have a screen in it and I don't want my dog to jump out of it.
Bye, Hook.
Leaves me without a prompt. Yeah, I think that the ActBlue investigation, that's what we were discussing. I think that ActBlue has really, really messed up. Ultimately.
Do you think they'll own it ever, or do you think they'll just try and like...
I think they're going to get litigated to death, actually, because it's so obvious. There's a reason why those senior employees left, and I don't even think that it was necessarily malevolent in nature. I think that some of those employees may have left because they're like, oh, crap, I've been working for a really, really corrupt company, and I never knew it before, but now I know it. And so, bye, and they take their golden parachute and leave.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I don't know if it's they feel guilty morally, but I do feel like there is a like, let's get out while I can. I left before the scandal majorly broke, save my own skin and my resume kind of thing.
Well, what do you make of the Chat, I am sick today. My healthy pills finally failed me. The first time in like 2 years.
You got flu or something?
I don't know. It's just a head cold. Just a head cold.
I had that same one. It's still lingering on.
Yeah.
Expect to be like sneezing up huge clots of mucus for several months.
Yeah. This morning I
That's why I like our virtual workplace.
Yeah, I put one out
over there.
Yeah. I put one down in the shower this morning. That was pretty gnarly looking.
Oh, God.
But I've gotten better about like self-care. So I'm going to like go sit in the sauna today and, try to just sweat this thing out because, I'm all over zinc. I'm all over every supplement you can take. I've been, like I said, I haven't been sick in a year and a half since I started taking those healthy pills. They should really sponsor the show. But what do you make, Styx, of the, Elon has basically said, I know it's ActBlue funded, and there are people out there who are, burning down Tesla superchargers and causing real damage to their stock. And like, I mean, it's not an unfair fear for people who have Teslas right now to be like, I don't know if I want to park it in this woke neighborhood because they're going to key it, all sorts of stuff like that. With Trump and with Elon and his connections to the DOJ and Trump and stuff, I have a feeling that this isn't going to be something that just goes by the wayside like it may have in previous years.
I think it'll be a protracted terroristic event, sort of like the Summer of Love riots or something like that.
Yeah,
there will be hit and runs and things like that on Tesla charging stations and everything else. I think that Musk is fundamentally correct when he says that ActBlue was probably involved with bundling this money. Yeah, because it's like you do that game. What is it called? 5 Degrees of Hitler.
Yeah,
you start with literally any subject. At least in 5 steps, you can get to Adolf Hitler. I think the same is true of ActBlue's money bundling. So they bundle the money, they get a ton of money, they give it out to sub firms, and those sub firms give it to more sub firms, and it is money laundering. And
nobody knows where and there's no oversight, and there's no regulation. Yeah,
exactly. So I expect the attacks to be ongoing, and I think Elon Musk is probably right.
In a weird way, this kind of reminds me of when people used to throw red paint on people with fur coats.
Yeah,
it's almost like a status attack. Like you have a Tesla, and therefore you are somehow part of the corrupt elite we all claim to hate. But I do remember when Tesla first launched, it wasn't a political thing to like Tesla. I knew tons of sort of like rich semi-environmentalists who,
if
were
anything,
like,
it was a lefty thing.
Yeah, it was
if
California
anything, it was, oh, you like the environment? What are you, gay? Like it was,
right.
Yeah.
But now it's like symbolic of being sympathetic to Elon Musk, which, like, again, I don't think that's totally fair. It is a car.
It's 100% not fair. Like every Tesla owner now has this like thrust upon them. Like I'm serious. Like I've told you about,
I think if you own the Cybertruck, you only own that because you like Elon Musk. But the regular car.
Yeah. But it's like, it would be, it is wild. I suspect Doge is going to go after ActBlue in some way, shape, or form. But no, they're a private company, so I don't know. But they do enjoy a lot of like public. They're a nonprofit. There is some investigations that could probably happen with ActBlue. I mean, we're not that far removed from when James O'Keefe basically exposed the fact that there's like 20,000 dead people donating money to ActBlue, or people that had no idea that they were donating. We're donating hundreds of dollars a year.
Mm-hmm. I think go ahead, Styx.
Oh yeah, it's a huge scandal. The thing is, like, you may have noticed, parts of the legacy media are effectively bearing the headline. Well, this isn't the main story of the day. We're more focused on Syria all of a sudden, or something like that.
Right.
Oh, there is a huge lie-by structure going on right now.
Yeah, I think
it's interesting that the mainstream media is going to ultimately look for a way to always blame Elon Musk. So even, James O'Keefe's story, like, your money is being contributed to this, whether you want it or not. Or in this case, like, people are attacking Tesla chargers and stores, which generally decreases safety for everyone everywhere, regardless of your political affiliation. If Elon Musk somehow, uses Doge to investigate it, or more likely the Trump administration, separate of what Elon Musk wants, uses the Department of Justice to investigate ActBlue, which is totally within their rights, the media is going to turn around and say, look, he's manipulating Trump and Trump's not president, or whatever the complaint is. So there's almost no way for him to get justice. And the people who suffer are the people who are surrounded by these paid rioters who are destroying stores and attacking whatever, who are ultimately going through the day. Like, none of these, and I'm not saying they should, obviously, but like, none of the people who are being paid to be agitators are having a direct impact on Elon Musk. It's all indirect. Bad headlines, going to answer questions about it. It hurts the stock, but they are directly impacting the Tesla owners, the employees at the Tesla stores. Like, those people who are suffering because of this.
Those people have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They
didn't get to vote on Doge or what Elon Musk is doing or how many kids he has or anything like that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, now that Twitter's up, how far this goes, because obviously Elon is very concerned about this. His shareholders are very concerned about this. It's going to be interesting.